Enter the immaculate temple of fizz, where highly filtered water blends with legendary syrups in a stainless steel ballet of pure refreshment. Drums of raw vanilla and citrus oils are delivered, awaiting transformation into the dark elixir consumed globally every day. Sweetener from high fructose corn streams like liquid gold through gleaming pipes, adding viscosity and energy to the brew's foundation. Staff in sanitary white suits check every shipment, guaranteeing that only the best organic spices enter this sterile flavor sanctuary. Water is subjected to intense purification, removing all contaminants to create a blank slate for the master flavor formula. Giant steel tanks buzz with readiness as the exact mix of sweetener and water forms a simple syrup of smooth, velvety sweetness. Here, the true magic occurs as the concentrate is added, a mysterious dark mix bearing a spicy legacy over 100 years old. Scents of cinnamon, nutmeg, and caramel permeate the air as the concentrate merges instantly with the syrup at a molecular level. Large blades rotate quietly, folding the mixture carefully to spread the flavor evenly without damaging the delicate oils. Quality experts watch digital screens verifying brix levels to ensure every drop delivers exact crisp sweetness to the tongue. After perfection, the syrup moves through cooled pipes to the blending area, colliding with cold water in a rush of fluid dynamics. Temperatures plummet quickly, bringing the liquid near freezing, a crucial step to retain the crisp carbonation that gives it life. The sparkle is added now as high-pressure carbon dioxide is injected, filling the dark liquid with millions of energetic bubbles. The change is finished, converting still syrup into a lively fizzy drink that stimulates the tongue and revives the weary spirit. Simultaneously, the bottling line springs into action, a blur of plastic and glass moving with military-grade precision across the bright floor. Clean bottles are blasted with sterile water and ionized air, creating a spotless container for the valuable dark liquid. The filling machine is an engineering wonder, loading hundreds of bottles a minute without wasting a drop of cold soda. Caps are twisted on with monitored torque, sealing in freshness and carbonation until the moment of that satisfying opening sound. Lasers check every bottle's fill level and cap, discarding any that fall short of this global brand's strict rules. Red and white labels wrap the bottles, instantly displaying the famous branding that promises joy to consumers everywhere. Aluminum cans line up, shining under factory lights, waiting to be filled with the cold, bubbly elixir at high speed. Like the bottles, these metal cylinders are rinsed of dust, ensuring the lining is clean for the acidic beverage. The rotary filler rotates wildly, a blur of silver and caramel, pouring the exact amount into cans with zero splash. Lids are immediately placed and seamed tight in a split second to trap pressure and keep the sharp carbonation bite. Fast inkjet printers mark the aluminum bottoms with date codes, promising freshness by showing exactly when the batch was made. Workers take random samples, pouring the dark liquid into beakers to check the fizz and ensure correct color density. While computers handle the math, the human tongue is the ultimate test, checking for the signature mix of spice, acid, and caramel. The quality lab remains quiet and clinical, a sharp difference from the loud mechanical noise of the production floor. Precise tools measure syrup density, ensuring sugar levels adhere strictly to the recipe that hasn't changed in decades. They shake samples to measure pressure, confirming gas levels are sufficient to provide a refreshing burn on the first sip. Back on the line, sealed cans are grouped and moved toward cardboard packers to be bundled into 12-pack fridge mates. Cardboard automatically folds around the cans, glued by robotic arms moving with the grace of mechanical dancers. Robotic palletizers stack heavy cases, easily arranging them in geometric patterns for stability during the trip to the store. Plastic wrap spins around the pallets, locking the cargo in place to stop shifting and protect the product from moisture and dust. Forklifts zip around the warehouse, moving these tall stacks of refreshment to loading bays to await distribution trucks. Even rinse water is recaptured and treated, showing a cycle of efficiency that respects the resources powering the plant. The sound here is a rhythmic clatter of metal and glass, an industrial heartbeat pumping millions of gallons of joy annually. Looking down the line reveals an endless river of red, an infinite production loop feeding a thirsty world. In the tank farm, fresh sweetener is pumped in, getting ready to keep the lines operating through the night. Cleaning crews scrub floors and sanitize gear, keeping a hospital-like environment where nothing compromises taste purity. We now see a changeover to the zero-sugar version, using intense artificial sweeteners that perfectly mimic the classic flavor. Before switching, high-pressure steam sterilizes the manifolds, ensuring absolutely no flavor cross-contamination happens. Aspartame and acesulfame potassium arrive in safe containers handled precisely to balance acidity without corn syrup's calories. This lighter syrup needs a different mixing speed, swirling fast to dissolve powders into a clear solution ready for carbonation. Diet mixtures usually need higher carbonation pressure, creating a sharper mouthfeel that cuts through the sweetener to refresh instantly. Listen to the filler's rhythm, a mechanical beat that drives the pulse of this giant industrial soda kitchen. Through the side glass, a dark amber torrent rushes by, showing the massive volume needed to meet global demand. On a separate line, classic glass contour bottles are treated like royalty, washed in hot caustic soda to shine like diamonds. Glass clinks musically as nozzles descend, filling heavy bottles with the premium version of this American classic. Steel caps are crimped onto the glass with force, a traditional seal requiring an opener to unlock the fizz inside. The filling room air is kept cool to prevent condensation on cold bottles, which could ruin the paper label adhesive. Flexible plastic rings snap onto six-pack necks, giving customers a sturdy grip to carry the heavy glass home confidently. A gloved hand places a finished bottle into a torque meter to confirm the cap is tight enough to hold the gas. Bright LEDs backlight the liquid, letting inspectors check for any particles or sediment that might mar the perfect clarity. Conveyor belts merge like highway ramps, combining cans, plastic, and glass into a single product river heading to the warehouse. The storage area is a massive space stacked high, a library of liquid energy sorted by flavor, size, and date code. Bay doors open for waiting semi-trucks, their pre-cooled trailers ready to accept the cargo and maintain beverage quality. The air smells faintly of sweet syrup and machine ozone, an industrial perfume signaling productivity and bubbly success. Advanced filtration recycles rinse water for cooling towers, proving a commitment to efficiency matching the production line speed. As the sun sets, factory lights burn brighter, giving the night shift the visibility and energy to keep soda flowing. Next, we see the creation of plastic bottles, starting as small thick tubes called preforms that look like test tubes. Heat softens the plastic before high-pressure air blows it into a mold, instantly expanding it into the familiar curvy shape. These new bottles are hot and need immediate cooling jets to harden the plastic so it can handle filling pressure. 2-liter bottles rush to the filler, requiring a massive liquid surge to fill the volume without foaming over the neck. Outside, tall white tanks store sub-zero liquid carbon dioxide, the silent power source behind the sparkle in every cup. This liquid gas vaporizes when needed, traveling through insulated pipes to carbonate the chilled beverage for maximum fizz. Back in the syrup room, only authorized staff can enter, protecting the proprietary mixing ratios that ensure global dominance. The air is heavy and sweet, coating the tongue with sugar, a sensory hint of the concentrated energy in the tanks. Between flavors, an automated system flushes hot water and sanitizes through the lines, scrubbing steel until clinically sterile. This guarantees a cherry vanilla batch never mixes with classic cola, keeping every flavor's integrity distinct. The floor vibrates with the energy of pumps and fillers, a mechanical heartbeat driving the local community's economy. Workers switch shifts without stopping the line, a seamless handover, keeping production numbers high on the digital boards. Warm product cases move through a cooling tunnel, sweating condensation as they adjust to the warehouse's ambient temperature. For bulk packs, clear film wraps loosely around trays before entering a heat tunnel that shrinks the plastic tight. The glowing orange tunnel acts as a brief oven, securing cans together into a sturdy beverage brick for the family fridge. Each package serves as a billboard, flashing the distinct script that triggers a thirsty response in anyone seeing the red box. Forklift drivers navigate narrow aisles, skillfully pulling pallets to build custom orders for stores and gas stations statewide. The loading dock buzzes with activity as heavy doors roll up to feed fresh stock into the dark trailers. These trucks are the operation's arteries, pumping product into the world so no shelf remains empty for long. From water filtration to final wrapping, every step proves the speed, hygiene, and science of mass refreshment. In another wing, heavy-duty bags are filled with concentrated syrup for restaurant fountains where carbonation occurs in the cup. This liquid is a thick, dense sludge of pure flavor, flowing slowly into plastic bladders before being boxed for transport. Upstairs in the stability lab, samples face extreme heat and light to ensure flavor stays consistent in harsh conditions. Spectrophotometers check caramel color intensity, guaranteeing the deep brown hue that looks appetizing over ice. Under the factory, drains capture wash water, sending it to a treatment plant that returns clean water to the city. Air compressors roar continuously, driving pneumatic valves that open and close with the exact timing of a camera shutter. Conveyor chains glide on a soap and water film, reducing friction as thousands of heavy bottles slide to labeling. Hot melt glue sprays in a mist, sticking labels instantly to cold plastic without peeling or slipping under condensation. High-speed cameras check label alignment, rejecting any bottle with a slightly off-center logo to protect the brand. The stretch wrapper spins aggressively, applying tension to the film that locks loose cases into a solid freight unit. It feels like a city within a city, with electric carts zipping between pallet avenues reaching nearly to the ceiling. In the retention room, past batches are kept cold, letting quality pros trace flavor anomalies back to the source. Outside, a tanker connects to the intake pipe, blowing dry sugar into silos with the sound of a rushing windstorm. Sugar drops into hot water tanks, dissolving into the simple syrup that forms the caloric base of this fizzy American drink. The dissolving room is humid and sticky, warm, contrasting sharply with the chilly air of the bottling floor. A mechanic in blue adjusts a guide rail with a wrench, tuning the flow to prevent expensive jams and lost time. Cardinal red is everywhere, from walkways to machine guards, reinforcing the beverage giant's identity. Safety barriers separate humans from robots, letting high-speed arms swing freely without endangering the supervisors. As truck doors shut, the cargo is sealed, starting a journey ending in a vending machine or cooler near you. Before it leaves, let's appreciate the chemistry, engineering, and scale needed to put simple fizzy joy in a can. The real test isn't in the lab, but with the drinker who cracks the tab and hears that release. Cold bubbles rush over the tongue, bringing vanilla and spice notes that spark memories of simple, happy summer days. This recipe crosses borders, a universal language of refreshment spoken in villages and big cities alike. The aluminum can is infinitely recyclable, returning to the furnace to emerge as a new vessel in just 60 days. As the city sleeps, stainless pipes continue channeling the dark river of syrup into thousands of vessels every hour. It's a logistical marvel, coordinating field sugar and source water to create a consistent product every time. The contour bottle is an industrial design icon, distinct enough to identify by touch alone in the dark. While machines are modern and fast, the drink's soul lies in a secret formula locked in a vault. Carbonation is the drink's heartbeat, volatile chemistry fighting to escape the moment the pressure seal breaks. More than a drink, it's a liquid time capsule offering the same taste your great-grandparents once enjoyed. Every batch is tracked and archived, ensuring accountability for the millions of gallons flowing through these valves yearly. Behind automation is a dedicated team of local experts, guardians, ensuring machines serve the recipe, not the other way around. There's nothing like condensation on a cold can during a hot afternoon, a tactile promise of the chill inside. Water is the unsung hero, polished to neutrality so spices and caramel can sing without interference. Pallets are loaded onto trucks like heavy Tetris pieces, maximizing space to efficiently fuel the supply chain. You'll find these bottles at stadiums, movies, and picnics, accompanying moments where people gather to celebrate. The factory's hum never fades, a vibration of productivity, turning raw materials into a global symbol of happiness. Dark, mysterious, and lively, the liquid swirls, a perfect balance of nature and science that conquered the world's palate. From dissolving tank to filler nozzle, it's a journey of speed, precision, and dedication to perfect, consistent taste. This is the modern miracle of mass production, delivering a rush of energy and a spark of joy, one crisp sip at a time.